So let's take a look. Hi, Dusty. How are you guys? If y'all want a reading, I'm doing paid readings as well. I just haven't figured out how to add it to like to do the thing. But if anybody needs a reading, I'm here. Mama's here for grocery money as ever. Anyway, let's see. What do we have going on tomorrow? The vibes today were kind of crunch, if memory serves. Yeah, it was like a conflict of interest and North Node, South Node, that sort of thing. All right. So tomorrow's not like a nothing day. Oh, you did? I don't remember that. But my life has kind of been a whirl. So Billy's been in a lot of pain for like 2 months and I'm tired. I'm ready for my husband to be back to his normal self. Shanaz, you changed your name. That's why. I have another client named Nazra, and I thought you were Nazra. Anyway, I apologize. Okay. So for tomorrow, we have the second quarter moon in Capricorn. Okay, great. What does that mean? Well, um, because it's Capricorn, it's like beckoning us or begging us to take action. Okay. However, you might want to kind of like carefully consider your priorities, your goals, and your commitments before moving forward. In other words, really taking some time to figure out what exactly it is you want and what you want to be doing. Okay. Whatever you choose is, oh, I love you more. Thank you so much. Um, Whatever you choose is going to become a serious responsibility in the long term, whatever you choose tomorrow. So, don't rush the decision, but at the same time, kind of rush it. It's Capricorn. There's plenty of time to figure out what you want to work on or pursue first. Just know that whatever it is you decide to work on is going to be a part of your life for a long time. Okay. So to kind of put that into perspective, um, how do I put this? Let's say you have the choice. Okay. Let's say you have the choice to work on your side hustle business, or you have the choice to, happy birthday, darling. Uh, you have the choice to work, oh my gosh, work overtime at your regular job, or you have the choice to stay home and work on your dream business. Okay. That dream business is going to become a very big part of your life moving forward. Adversely, if you decide to work on your regular job, to go work overtime for some extra cash, that job is going to be a part of your life for a very long time. Does that make sense? So, really think about where you want to be 5 years from now. Okay. Just saying. Those are the vibes. Okay. So, alrighty. So, that's what we have going on in the cosmos. Let's look at what we've got. I'm going to try giving myself a like and see if that does anything. I really don't know how the algorithm works here. I just know that, like, if you follow somebody, you get notified when they do something, which I love. So, anyway, I should do more research though, for sure. Okay. All right, Spirit. What do we need to know, please? Mm. What do we need to know, please, for the 20D? What do we need to know? What happened? I didn't realize you could do it. Me either. I just saw that heart thing in the corner and I was like, "Is that something? Is that a thing?" But now I've been hearing a lot about, I try really hard not to get political, but Billy and I are very not MAGA, okay? We are very, we voted for Kamala Harris, you know? And so, um, I've been hearing that TikTok is about to become MAGA talk, and it's gonna be monitored by Trump's people. So I am glad that I have somewhere else where you guys can find me, because I probably will not be posting there very much. So, yeah, yeah, we are not MAGA people at all. If you talk to my husband for 5 seconds, he'll probably bring it up. Anyway, well, this is gross. This is gross energy. We do have the decision, okay, that we were talking about earlier with the lovers. Um, if you've got any internal sadness going on, please work on it, okay? Please do a little bit of shadow work. Um, Shanaz has been with me for 4 years. Dusty, you've been with me for at least a couple years, I think. Mm. So you'll know how I teach shadow work, right? It's not a it's not a scary process. It's very simple, very easy, and I feel like I make it very approachable and very 3D. Like, you don't have to light candles and sit in a circle, you know? You just take a hard look at, like, what pisses you off. You been with me that long? Wow, thanks, guys. So, how I teach shadow work is anytime you get annoyed, just write it down. You're trying to drive, you know, and the woman crossing the street is taking a year and a half to cross the street and it's pissing you off. Take note of it, you know? Um, a memory pops up of a childhood thing that grinds your gears, write it down, okay? Anytime you start to feel pissed off, triggered, uncomfortable, make a note of it. And then at the end of the week, you have a whole list of these moments that triggered you, right? Now, the whole point of doing shadow work is not to be completely healed because that'll never happen. All we can do is continually integrate so that we become better people. Our lives are a lot simpler and easier. We're a lot less triggered as we move forward, right? That's what we all want. To have a peaceful life, to have a nice, calm, peaceful existence that is abundant and fun, right? That's what we want. So then maybe once a week, take that list out and see if there's any oh, every time I had to wait for somebody else, it really pissed me off. Where does that come from? And then try to go back to childhood, or maybe it happened when you were a teenager, preteen, early 20s, because from the age of 5 to 20, those are our shadow making years. Okay. So take a look at it. Oh, every time that I had to wait for somebody else, I got really pissed off. Why is that? You know what? My dad was always rushing me when I was a kid, always made me feel like I was the reason he was late for something. Oh, that's a shadow of shame. Okay, I'm going to start working on that. And then notice how your life changes. It's simple, but it can be emotionally charged. That's a very basic example. But that's how I do shadow work and that's how I promote it and teach it. Very approachable, not scary. Okay. Anyway, so if you have any lingering shadows around heartache, pain. Specifically, I would say betrayal. If you have any shadows around being betrayed, let's look at them a little closer the next couple of days. Okay. I'm going to put the spread back. That was gnarly. That was gnarly. That was disgusting. It was just very shadowy. And we're going to use a different deck. Okay. Okay. So I split the deck. We get the lovers again. Six of Cups. All right. Stretch. Okay. Waiting for the good vibes. Yeah. And honestly, like, that's the core of spirituality, like, is understanding that you literally do create your own reality. Not so much waiting for the good vibes, but rather creating them. That's why I always ask you guys, like, do you want more mindset work? 'Cause we can waste a lot of time. I'm guilty, but we can waste a lot of time waiting for the good stuff to begin when really you have the power and the control all along to start calling in whatever it is that you want. You don't have to wait for the new moon, you know? You don't have to wait for Lionsgate. It's annoying to have to do it on your own, but that's really the end lesson, of spirituality is for me anyway, is realizing how powerful you are. Dang, getting a lot of the same repeating cards. Okay, this is nice. This is much better. So we have the Fool, a brand new beginning, Aries energy. Then we have Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups is this feeling of like you got a lot of options. So like tomorrow, like we saw in the astrology, right? Um, we got a lot of options. We have a lot of things, or at least two things that we're deciding, what do I want to be a part of my life? Okay. And then we have the Lovers, decision time, right? Because yes, it's about a divine, connection, et cetera, et cetera. But always remember in the OG tarot, before they fluffifized it, before they made it, gossipy, in the OG tarot, the Lovers was called the Choice, and it's a card about duality. Okay. Overall, we have the Ten of Cups and Wheel of Fortune. I like that. Even though I hate this card, I like that. Ten of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. I like it. I do. For the advice, you have the Page of Pentacles, which I always see as like the going back to school card, along with the High Priestess. Cancer energy, Pisces energy for some readers. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords, needing to make a decision here. So for me, like in my life, in my situation, this is very clear. um there's a new beginning here. We got options, but there's a need to make a decision about what we're focusing on. Okay. There could be some divine fated change coming in terms of the Ten of Cups. Okay. So, like that happy domestic life that we all want, right? The happy partner, there's a friggin' rainbow, couple of kids playing merry-go-round, whatever. And it's just idyllic. And there is some massive change coming with the Wheel of Fortune. And there's a need to kind of start over or go back to school in terms of your either connection to source or your spiritual practice. So maybe it's time to like va va voom your spiritual practice. So I know for me, my spiritual practice is very easy. Like it's not aggressive anymore at all because I don't have time. So usually it's like going for a walk, I do EFT tapping. I check in with myself, see if there's anything going on, shadow-wise that I need to be dealing with, that sort of thing. But it's very simple. It's very basic. Um, but maybe there's a need to kind of zhuzh or va-va-voom, you know what I mean? Like reinvigorate your spiritual practice here, like making it fun again? Maybe you're doing some witchy stuff because you're going to need it. Yeah, underneath that, we have the star along with the Ace of Cups. So there's something here about needing to freshen up your spiritual practice, so to speak. Maybe because you're going to be manifesting here very soon. Tell me about, because this is like a supercharged reading, cards anyway. What's the Wheel of Fortune? What's Wheel of Fortune, please? Yeah, money, Ace of Pentacles. Love to see it. Let me get the Moon, King of Pentacles. Ooh, interesting. Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit. Six of Pentacles, Four of Cups. Interesting. I'm getting a lot of things from this. So your home life is about to get really good. I have a coaching client, and she reached out to me a couple of days ago, updating me on her dating life. And she said something to me. She's like, I don't know if this guy is interested in me because he likes me, or if he likes my situation, because she works very hard. She's got money. She could buy a house tomorrow if she wanted to. But she's very financially independent and takes care of herself. And the person that she's dating also has money, but he comes from like a long line of dating gold diggers, right? Women who wanted him to take care of them. And she's like, I don't know if he likes me or if he just likes my ability to like take care of myself. Like, I don't need him to buy me a Chanel bag. I can buy it myself, you know? And she's like, and I don't really know. That's what I see happening. You're not going to need help financially. So whether this is like a side hustle or you get a promotion, you get a better job, that sort of thing, you're not going to need anybody to take care of you. And it kind of like not upgrades your dating situation, like the type of people that you're attracting. Does that make sense? There's something about your financial situation that you don't see coming here with the moon that turns you into the King of Pentacles. Like a high value woman, someone who takes care of herself in all the ways. This is nice. This is really nice. But it also means, you're not going to be attracting the same type of person anymore. It's going to be different. Not that y'all are gold diggers, that's not what I'm saying. But it's like you're going to be on a different level now. You're going to be on a different wavelength. You're going to be on a different timeline now. But with that being said, make sure that you're doing the spiritual work, right? So that you're not going to start attracting gold diggers of your own, people who want you to take care of them. Partnership and marriage is hard enough, okay? Just in general. We're not even talking about twin flames. Long-term partnership is hard, and it's very different from like being single and doing cycles and all of that. So make sure that you're not attracting when you hit that new level, okay? Make sure that you're not attracting people who are just looking to take advantage of you, but in a new way. Because now you're going to have money. Now you're going to have stability. Maybe they're no longer going to be coming after you for the emotional part. Maybe they're gonna be coming after you for that cha-ching. Protect yourself, okay? Very weird readings tonight, I know, I apologize. But make sure that you are paying attention to what it is that you wanna be nurturing. Really start thinking about it tomorrow, okay? All right, Spirit, what is the message of wisdom or guidance that we most need to hear at this time? Mhm. Yeah, literally. Look, so the first card out, this is the card we're going to read. We got Beloved, Radical Acceptance. All right. We also got Wandering Between Realms. I think this is the needing to make a decision. Okay. And then we get Sky Dancers, Surrender. And then we have the courage to step into life because you're stepping into Emperor mode. Okay. Then, top and bottom of the deck, we have preparations come to fruition. This is that energy for tomorrow, making the decision what you're going to work on, what you're going to nurture. And then we have overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. That's the financial upgrade. Don't roll your eyes at me. Sometimes all it takes is a single tarot reading on TikTok. And all of a sudden you're talking to 100,000 people. Okay. Don't roll your eyes at me. That's all it takes. All right. Beloved, the object of affection, radical acceptance, and loving what is. When the beloved appears, it requires 100%. So this is what we're talking about, okay? Devoting whatever, all right? It requires 100% of your heart, body, and soul. Don't try to squeeze the beloved into your schedule. Drop the busyness and receive the one you've been waiting for. Know that this card comes as a mirror to show you the divine within and invite your radical acceptance of everything you consider beautiful or ugly in your being. The beloved may not be a person at all. It might be a business venture, a project, or an adventure calling for your full attention. Love it, let it light you up, and give it your all. Surrender to this truth and know that you are gaining a passport to bliss, even when it feels that you're being consumed by the fire of the beloved. Do not hold back or be afraid, for you will emerge transformed. Surrender is the key. Allow yourself to be loved. Usher the harsh critic out the door and shut your eyes and ears to the judgment of others who have not been ignited by the divine blaze consuming you, for they will only attempt to douse your fire and leave you choking on the smoke. In other words, don't let people pull you down, okay? Be careful you are not seduced by false promises or falling prey to your extraordinary ability to sabotage your dreams and desires. Ouch. Sink with and sink into your heart and trust your sense of what is true, and you will know what to do. The true beloved is never false. Every gift proffered is valuable. Recognize the many faces of the beloved and welcome them into your heart. You'll be so glad you did. Follow your passion, whatever your passion is right now, okay? Even if it seems weird, even if it doesn't make any sense, trust me, my obsession with true crime, I have not been able to make heads or tails of why I'm so obsessed. You would think that I would have like a dominant Scorpio placement with like my obsession with true crime. And y'all probably saw it, but like a couple of days ago, I decided I was like, I'm gonna do a true crime video. Because there was this case that was just on my mind, you know. And like I got an email from after I posted it, I got an email from YouTube yesterday after the video had been live for about 12 hours. And it told me, it was like, congratulations, this is your most successful long form video. And then as I'm looking at my analytics right now, all of the shorts that I've created from that true crime video are sitting at over 1,000 views. For me on YouTube, that's a lot. That's a lot. I think the long form one, the long form one is sitting at 200 views. And I was like, sometimes it doesn't make sense, you know? Just like I was a writer It didn't make any sense for me to start doing tarot. No sense. It didn't make any sense for me to start doing that. But I was like, "Okay. I'm bored, I'm broke, let's see what happens." And, here we are 5 years later. So, sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes there are women, like, I'm a crocheter, and there are women who get divorced in their 40s, and they don't have a way to support themselves because they've been a homemaker, they've been a wife, they've been a mom for the last 20, 25 years, and they're like, "What am I gonna do? I have no skills," right? And so I see a lot of these women who go through divorces in their 40s, 50s, and but they know how to crochet, they know how to sew, and so there's an app called To Do, and it's awesome, and they're selling their stuff, and they're making a living by being a full-time crafter. That's not something those women ever thought they would do professionally to pay the bills, right? So my point is, sometimes it doesn't make sense. So if you feel called to make a video doing your skincare, you know, if you feel called to do a video on like doing self-care, even though I fucking hate it, you know, um, or I think I want to try to be a tarot reader to get some extra cash, and then you blow the fuck up, bigger than me. You got millions of followers and you're making money hand over fist, Or you decide you really wanted to volunteer with your local food bank forever and you meet the love of your life there. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. It's not going to line up with what you know about yourself, and that's okay. Give it a whirl anyway. If you feel called to it, it's because your soul is calling you there for a reason. Facts. Okay? Take it from me. Take it from me. Do you guys want to know a secret? It's just between us. It's just a little secret. Okay. But because I really don't want to be a first time mom at like 45. Fingers crossed. Stick. Just stay. Fuck. Anyway, I really don't want to give birth past the age of 40. I don't think I'd survive. And my stepdaughter is like just jonesing, just chomping at the bit for us to have more kids. So, fingers crossed. I haven't told Billy yet. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for being here. Love you guys so much. I'm going to go live on TikTok. I need to make like $160 for groceries. So, I'm going to try to go do that. Because we are running low. We are like having mashed potatoes for breakfast low. So let me go make some money. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night. Think about what you want to nurture tomorrow, okay? Think about it. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.